Hey, what's up, everybody? Rolling Pin Podcast, jumping on here. First and foremost, what I was looking to do as I was getting back to the crib and to this desk is I was really looking to thank everybody who's been supporting the Rolling Pin Podcast up until this point, particularly with my latest projects, my sound art projects, You're Perfect, Polka Dots, and Face Paint. I came on here to really just say, you don't even have to watch or listen to my shit, but the fact that you do means a lot. You know what I mean? You taking time out of your day to check out my art projects. And one thing I like about artists, especially wrestling artists in particular, or just artists in general, is that they tend to be open-minded to new ideologies and concepts. And y'all taking the time out to process what I'm creating shows that y'all really value what I be putting out. And the feeling and respect and the feeling is mutual. I value and I respect what y'all put out as well. I think that's why we do a great job at building this wrestling art community and making it what it is, because it's all about making sure we share mutual respect for each other's art. No art is better than anybody else's art. And I just, really came on here and I wanted everybody to know that, you know what I mean? So thank you for respecting and being open-minded to my creative process on my recent projects, my sound art projects. It's just something I'm experimenting with. I don't want to be put in a box of just being able to paint. My methodology or my mindset is, if I could paint, I could probably do something else. And I'm sure everybody who's watching this video and listening to the words that I'm speaking right now can do the same thing. I truly believe that. We all human beings. So you have the ability to do this shit. And that's the mindset I go in with. Without further ado, enough about me, more about you. We're giving a shout out to the best wrestling art, as always, because that keeps me consistent, that keeps me humble. And I love going through this museum of wrestling art. Let's take a look at the first one, man. I got to give a big shout out to Kill_Screen Studio for this Ric Flair. Why I brought this up is because I'm very intrigued, because this is acrylic and I paint with acrylic. And this has, I got to say, a little bit more detail than what I put into my work. So I just want to give you a big shout out, Kill Screen Studio. More importantly, what I'm asking, I guess the question that I'm asking is, how many hours did you put into this to get this complete? If you see this, drop this in the comments. Give the Rolling Pin Podcast a follow, because what we do is we shout out wrestling art all the time. You know what I mean? So hit me up. Let me know what you did to make this Ric Flair so spectacular. He is one of the greatest to do it. A Kiwi and Kiwi clothing. Make sure y'all add the underscores to this. I had to give this man a shout out, because what I was very intrigued by with this is the penmanship. Look at the pen work. Look at the details in the lines. Look how symmetrical these lines are. Looking at when you look at his suit. This ain't scribble. This ain't scribble. This is actually a technique. And I gotta give a big shout out to Kiwi for this, because it takes a steady hand to get them lines like that. So I just want to say shout out to you for making this Undertaker look marvelous. In-ring art. Man, my guy In-Ring Art, love In-Ring Art, because In-Ring Art sent me some wrestling art, and it looks similar to this. He doesn't change his style up much, but I like the way he goes about it, because he's very consistent in what he does. So I want to give a big shout out to you. I brought this one up because everybody's looking at LA Knight right now and what's going on with NXT, as he now has the $1 million trophy. I said trophy, championship belt. I'm sure it feels like a trophy to him. And now he beat Cameron Grimes, and now Cameron Grimes is going to be his butler. I really was going for Cameron Grimes. I was rooting for Cameron Grimes this whole time, because I just really don't like LA Knight. I think Cameron Grimes got a better gimmick, because, I like the hillbilly, stereotype. I'm not trying to, low class act, but he has the money to go with that. I like that a little bit better, but we're going to see what LA Knight does with it. No shade to LA Knight. Congratulations to LA Knight. Ted DiBiase got some wing for you. My sources been telling me. I had to bring mine up too, polka dots. I had to tell y'all, I'm excited. I'm super excited about dropping polka dots, because what I'm looking at though is, how people like Vince and, just everybody in the organization was able to add even their own type of artistic style to these people, like Dusty Rhodes. You know what I mean? Dusty Rhodes didn't typically fare well with polka dots. However, polka dots is a type of art pattern. You know what I mean? And they put it on a character and they brought it to life with Dusty Rhodes. So I like polka dots. The shit's fire. I can't really say too much about it. The art speaks for itself, but polka dots is definitely fire. It's a fire art pattern. You know what I mean? Kind of like symmetrical lines. You got polka dots, you got zigzags, you know what I mean? So I shout out to Polka Dots. Make sure y'all listen to Polka Dots because I was really fucking with that. You know what I mean? I really like doing it. I really love doing it, actually. 74 Lance, I want to give a big shout out to you for Porky Pig inside of an Austin 316 vest. I only brought this up because I just want to ask why. Like what were you thinking about when you was like, I'm gonna put Porky Pig in a 316 vest? Like what was going through your mind? Were you watching Cartoon Network? Like you grow up with Porky Pig? You know what I mean? You like bacon? Like what the fuck? I had to bring this up because I just wanted to know like what was going on. But hell yeah, Porky Pig. Chester Malone, shout out to you. I want to give a big shout out to you because you brought up Alistair Black. Oh yeah, Chester Malone. Make sure you follow the Rolling Pin Podcast, man. We don't do this for our health, man. We do this for you, man. We shout out your artwork. Chester Malone, big shout out to you for the Alistair Black. Alistair Black recently just reached AEW, an agreement with AEW to be on AEW. I want to see how this goes. I know people are already thinking like Alistair Black should be with the Dark Order based on his previous character, which makes the most sense. It will blend him in real quick and real well with AEW, and I think he'll fit right in and make a new name for himself with the Dark Order, maybe even transform it. Not saying he gotta lead it, but eventually somebody do has to take the lead. I mean, Brody Lee, rest in peace, but we can't live in the past. Brody Lee in heaven should give it to Alistair Black. Why not? Fuck it. Free Man of 105, I want to bring this up because this is something that I feel like my son's gonna do when he gets older. He might not do wrestlers, he might do something else, but this is something that I feel like my son's gonna get ready to be doing. He's gonna be drawing shit like this, and this shit is fire. If I was a dad of Free Man at 105, I would hang this shit up on my refrigerator for real, or hang it up in his room. Don't just let your son just sit there and have that shit in the sketch pad. Really value that art, man, because I'm telling you, everybody's an artist when they're a child. People be losing it over time because society be fucking y'all up. So I like the wrestling art community because everybody is still holding on and tapping into when they was a child, because everybody painted and drew and colored when they was children. Facts. You know what I mean? So the fact that y'all still holding on to that is beautiful work. Shout out to Free Man of 105. Don't ever lose that creative touch, man, and keep building on it. That's really all I got. I wanted to jump on here really to shout out the artwork, but more importantly, thank everybody for following the Rolling Pin Podcast and keeping up with wrestling culture and everything that's entailed in it. You know what I mean? This is, this is the art space. Gary Food's always gonna show love to all the artists in the wrestling art community the best way he know how, because that's what y'all do to me. That's what y'all do for me. So, it's reciprocal. The energy is always going back and forth. So, shout out to you. You're perfect. You're perfect. Rolling Pin Podcast, Gary Food signing out. Peace.